Hello, Mike Kako, and good afternoon. Mahalo for joining us today for the joint AEN and PSM hearing. It's Friday, April 12th, 2024, and we're convening in room 224 and video conferencing, which includes audio and video of remote participants. And because of our 90-minute time limit, there will be a 2-minute time limit for all testifiers. We have one item on the agenda, and that is HCR 92 HD1, recognizing the issue of illegal dumping within the Waipahu community and urging the state, city, and county of Honolulu and military to work together to address this concern. First up on testifying is we have Department of Health. They have comments, and we also have, I think on, there he is. Department of Health, go ahead.
Yes, aloha, Chair Gabbard and Chair Wakai and committee members. Glenn Hawai'i with the Department of Health Solid and Hazardous Waste Branch. The department stands on its written testimony providing comments, and we're available for any questions. Thank you.
Thank you. And I think we also have some students from Waipahu High School. Are they ready? There they are.
Hello, can you hear me?
Aloha, yes.
Aloha, yes. Aloha, Chair and Co-Chair. My name is Tyron Faloria, testifying in favor of resolution of HCR 92 on behalf of the Waipahu High School community. So, as being a part of the younger generation, I believe in keeping our community clean for future generations to come. And by doing this, we have to come back to what we value. And illegal dumping has been an issue within our Waipahu community. And having seen this with my own eyes and hearing stories from families on how it used to be, how things used to be, it really saddens my eyes to see how our community has been more careless lately. And it really shows how much we have to care more. As a younger generation, it is harder for us to come up with these matters because we are the future for our own community, and we have to be more leaders in acting out as how we want to bring up these kind of issues. So as part of this younger generation, I just want to come out and speak about how illegal dumping has been a really pressing issue for our community. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else wishing to testify on this measure? Members, any questions? Okay. Let's see. We have quorum. So the chair's recommendation will be to pass this reso as is. Any discussion? For AEN, chair votes aye. Senator Rhodes, would you take the vote?
Sure. Chair's recommendation on HCR 92 is to pass, as is. Chair Gabbard votes yes. Vice Chair's excused. Senator Coit.
Aye.
I'll vote yes. Senator Wah is also excused. Recommendations adopted.
Thank you, members.
For PSM, same recommendation. However, we don't have quorum, so what we'll do is we'll roll the decision making. We have a later agenda at 3 p.m. Later today, so we'll defer decision making until our 3 p.m. meeting on Friday, April 12th, 2024 in conference room 225 after our 3 o'clock agenda.
Okay, thank you. And that concludes the 1 o'clock agenda. Hello, Mike Ako, and good afternoon. Moving on to our 105 AEN only agenda. There'll be a 2-minute time limit for our testifiers. We have one item on the agenda, and that is HCR 24, requesting the Department of Agriculture to create a plan to develop an invasive pest placard program and assess the resources needed to implement the program. And first up to testify is, let's see, DLNR, Robert Hoff. Rob?
Good afternoon, Chair, Vice Chair, committee members. Rob Hoff, Department of Land and Natural Resources, Division of Forestry and Wildlife. The department supports this resolution and I think wants to emphasize the importance of regulating nurseries in order to get a handle on some of these invasive species. And, you know, whether the placard program is the best way to do it, I would defer to Department of Agriculture, but I do like the way that's analogous to restaurants. We wouldn't allow a restaurant to operate that had a salmonella outbreak, just like we shouldn't allow a nursery to sell little fire ants, which are a human health problem when the state knows that. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Rob. Next is Department of Ag.
Thank you, Chair, Vice Chair, committee members. Dexter Kishida, Hawaii Department of Agriculture. Thank you for the opportunity to let us provide comments. We do recognize that a placard program could help and act as a way to notify the public. One thing that we would like to, or a few things we'd like to point out. One, the conservative estimates are in our testimony, somewhere around 12.5 mil plus 8.3 staffing and operational funds. So in short, the department has been thinking and planning this out on what it would take to do. The other thing we'd like to suggest is that it not just focus on nurseries, but maybe we should think of all of agriculture to not single out just one sector of the industry. Thank you.
Thank you. Next is Stephanie Easley with CGAPS, the Coordinating Group on Alien Pest Species.
Good afternoon, Chair, Vice Chair, and members of the committee. My name is Stephanie Easley with the Coordinating Group on Alien Pest Species. Thank you for the opportunity to testify via Zoom this afternoon. CGAPS is in support of HCR 24 and the intent of the resolution. A placarding program similar to the Department of Health's restaurant placarding program could be an important tool to prevent the spread of invasive pests and protect consumers. We echo the comments that DLNR just made, that the risk to consumers and to spreading pests and other invasive species is different for different sectors, such as plant nursery sellers versus other agriculture producers. And we hope HDOA will consider the risk profiles of the different sectors in evaluating how and where a placarding program could be implemented. We also note that we would be delighted to assist HDOA in any way we could in the development of the placarding program plan. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Stephanie. And next is Jacqueline Ambrose in support, Sherry Pollock in support. Anyone else wishing to testify on this measure? Members, any questions?
Sure.
Yes, Senator Richards.
Yeah, DOA. Introduce yourself again.
Dexter Kishida, Hawaii Department of Agriculture.
Okay, Dexter, thanks for being here. Listen to your comments about potential cost. Expanding a little bit, and I don't disagree, maybe we need to look at it broader. And I don't think the placard is the answer, but I think it may be a answer.
Correct.
And start whittling away at that. To get started, 12 million is a lot. But just to get started and start fleshing the thing out, can you do that without any further funding right now?
Right now, capacity, we are at capacity. And you are seeing some of the effects of that, right? The things like even Chapter 72 processing of that rule, it is limited by the amount of capacity we have to do these kinds of planning or program management type activities, because we are juggling, and right now we are prioritizing the actual response and treatment of those pests that are affecting our ag sector and others, and protecting our ports. So as much as I'd love to say could be no cost, I can't, because my team is truly at the extent of what they can do in a timely or even untimely manner.
Okay, I appreciate that. Thank you, Chair.
But Dexter, you just heard the representative from CGAP saying, well, in their written testimony, they said they were, and I quote, "They are able and very willing to assist DOA with the execution of this resolution." So maybe you could collaborate with them and then She even said that there would be, look, she's smiling. She said they would be delighted to help you guys do this. So would that help out or what?
You know, the collaboration definitely will help out, but it still requires some of our key folks to be there to enact the battle plan. And we don't have the positions that could really help with that planning today. And my plant pest control division is definitely in need of folks. So shameless plug to say, if you qualify for our plant pest control division, we need people. We need entomologists, we need folks that will be a noxious weed specialist. That would free up my branch managers to then be able to focus on this kind of actual planning instead of they themselves working on response. So we look forward to partnering, but there's still some choke points.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dexter. Anyone else? Anything else?
Just a follow-up.
Senator Decoy?
So Dexter, would you guys be able to develop a plan with the further details on establishing that plant nursery program and propose a budget by the 2025 legislative session?
You know, we were at the point that we can. We have that rate 12.5 mil number, and actually that's the minimum. So we do have kind of the more mid-sized cost range of what it would take. But as I said, the team has been discussing this already. To have the robust plan might be difficult, but enough to have a budget, we definitely could essentially show our work that's been done.
Okay, thank you, Chair.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Our members, in terms of the recommendation, I'd like to recommend that we pass this as is. Any discussion?
A quick comment, Chair.
Senator Richards?
Yeah, thank you, Chair. Listening to what DOA is talking about, I like the idea, I like the direction, but I'm sensitive to their capacity, so I'm going to support it, but it's going to be with reservations.
Okay. So the chair's recommendation, we pass as is. Chair votes aye. Senator Richards?
Thank you. Chair votes aye. Vice Chair votes with reservations. Senator DeCoit
Our reservations.
and Senator Rhodes. Aye. Chair, you have 4 in favor. Motion is adopted. Oh, and Senator Awa is excused. So you have 4 in favor. Motion is adopted.
Thank you very much, and that concludes the 105 agenda.